Hello everyone, welcome to another video. It's been a while since I made a behind the scenes type of a video, so I thought I could show you some of the stuff I'm working on, and yeah, that's basically what this video is. So yeah, I guess let's start with the V2 cabinet. You can see that it no longer has the V2 in here. I'm not 100% if this is going to be the case from now on or not, but I already had the shelf, and moving to V2 I think makes more sense at this point. I'm going to explain why in a second. And yeah, so I'm moving stuff in here for now, and yeah, we'll see. And that move is as a result of the Enraged Rabbit project, aka ETA's take on the MMU2 style multi-filament feeder. If you remember, a while ago I was planning on doing the SMuFF. Well, if you also watched the videos, you know that the project got discontinued, so yeah, I stopped building it since the project was discontinued before I made much progress. And in that video I said I was going to build a taste design. Well, that's the name of the design. Is Enraged, whatever I said a second ago. And the main unit is the carrot feeder, and these are the carrot warehouses. So what these are filament holder slash buffer. So the filament buffers around this wheel. And yeah, theoretically, obviously haven't tested it, but should work well. But there is a problem with that, and and we're coming to the reason why I moved the V2 in the normal cabinet. There is no way I could mount those spool holders. So yeah, the thing is, I can have them here and just mount them on the wall, or more likely mount them on a 2020 extrusion and mount the extrusion on the wall, so I have to drill less holes. But yeah, there is a problem with that too, of course. These spool holders, they're just too large, and they're not going to fit. If I put them side by side without leaving any gap in between, it should fit, but then you can't put or remove the spool, so yeah, that's not going to work. So even though I printed all this, I'll have to come up with a different spool holder design that does have a buffer as well and mounts on the wall and supports 9 filaments, because I think I'm going to build the 9 channel version, which is the largest tested version so far. But yeah, we'll see about that. And this project also means that I'm no longer doing this mode for the V2. This is the filament weight sensor thing using load cells, and this was mounted on top of the cabinet here. If you remember the last V2 episode, I think it was the same episode as the Galileo extruder. And in between that episode, I actually wrote the program for this and programmed the Arduino in here, so all I had to do was the wiring. But yeah, as I said, I changed my mind because of the Enraged Rabbit project. And if you remember, I wanted to use the SMuFF on the Voron 0. Well, yeah, as I said, I'm using the new ETA's design on the Voron 2. There are a few reasons for that. One, at the time when I was planning on using it on the Voron 0, my Voron 2 wasn't as reliable as it is currently. And two, there is an integrated filament sensor into the Galileo extruder for this project, and there is nothing that you can do that's similar on the Voron 0. And 3, I already talked about how much space the spool holders are going to take. I mean, that would be ridiculous for a tiny 3D printer. So yeah, that's why I'm doing it for the Voron 2. And as I said, the Voron 2 will from now on sit here. I'll have to figure out some electrical stuff, because the previous owners, whenever they renovated they didn't install ground wires to the plugs on this wall. Actually, they didn't install ground wires for any of them, but I grabbed ground from there for the plugs on the workbench. But yeah, there isn't one here, and I want that, so yeah, that's what you get for working with the electrician. I'm sure that's what they did. No offense to electricians out there, by the way, it's just the ones I've dealt with are horrible. But with the V2 there are a few more things. You can see that the accelerometer is still mounted, and I'll do the content I talked about as soon as I can. But there are a few more things. So first of all, the SKR 1.3 in here, it's not in great condition. There is a problem with this USB communication. I tried replacing the cable, it didn't help, so I know it's the SKRs that's dying there. And the SKR I killed before, if you remember, the SKR I killed before, that had similar symptoms just before it died. It also had a problem with its SPI bus and its SD card reader. And this doesn't have those problems yet, but I feel like it will eventually. And yeah, because of that connection issue, what I have to do is I have to press the reset button every time I power on the system, because it never connects the first time. And for the later attempts, there's like a 50% chance of it connecting, so I have to press that until it connects, and that's why the deck panel is removed. So yeah, that's not in great condition, but I did get a replacement. This guy, I ordered this from a local store. They claim to sell a genuine Big 3 Tech SKR 1.3. This is obviously not genuine, and you can tell from the color. And this is the way it's shipped. It didn't come in an anti-static bag, it didn't have a micro SD card. It was just in a cardboard box that was wrapped in saran wrap. So basically most horrible packaging you could do for electronics, since that already has static electricity built in. But yeah, hopefully that's still alive. But even if it's alive, it's not original, so who knows what the component quality is in there. And another thing, the 4010 hot end cooler fan I have there, that's also dying. That is a known problem with Bad Noob's design here. That's why this is in beta, obviously. So, and that's why this is not open to public, because stuff like this can happen during beta testing. But yeah, that fan is dying. That's due to the duct design. So I'll need to print a new duct design. There are a couple options out there. Bad Noob has a new version that I could print, and there is something by Sacco, I think that's how you pronounce that. I think he's Romanian, so who knows. But anyway, that design uses a 4020 fan instead of the 5015, but that's actually for cooling the hot end, so it gets rid of the 4010 there and uses the entire power of the 4020 to cool the hot end. And instead it mounts, depending on which version you choose, 4020s or 5015s on the sides, so two of them. So it's really powerful. It's obviously heavier, but honestly I don't really care about that. So yeah, that could be a good option as well, but I haven't decided yet. If you watched the BME 680 video, you already know that I'm not happy with the stuff the 3D printing is putting in the air. As I said in that video, I'm not really concerned about the health aspect of this, but I want to get rid of the headaches. Every time the printer is running in here, I get headaches, even with the ventilation system I had that was ducting the air out of the window, which means I need to filter this, not duct it out. And for a filter, there are a few options out there. There is like a really old, well, really old means like a few months old, design that's shaped like a pentagon. It's filled with active carbon, sorry, and yeah, that's okay design, I guess. But there are also another project that's going on that actually has 3 versions: the Nevermore Mini, and the Nevermore Micro. They're all air filters, so I might build one of those. That project is done by OnDesk, not that one obviously. And yeah, the design looks pretty interesting, so yeah, that might be the solution I choose for the filtration system of the Voron 2.4. But yeah, we will see. For the V0 here, I haven't made much progress since the last video. That's because I'm still waiting for a lot of parts. I think this wasn't in the last video. If so, sorry about that, but I think it wasn't. This is the tool head board I designed. It sits like this on the MGN7. MGN7's holes on the tool head actually, so there's the tool head in between. And yeah, it works really well, as I expected. But I am still waiting for the drunk order of a PCB that I ordered from PCBWay. Obviously, as I said, it's the Chinese holidays, so it hasn't even shipped yet. And yeah, it's shipped with e-packet, so who knows when it will arrive. Even when it is actually shipped. I chose the wrong word there, it's not shipped yet. I just chose that shipping. And yeah, that's going to delay the project, and that's why I'm taking that one slowly. Also, there is the MPCNC. Again, because of the accelerometer and other stuff I did in between, I didn't make much progress on the MPCNC so far. I did some of the wiring, and I had to replace the controller board on that. I was using this I'm actually looking for the name on it here because I don't remember. There we go. Big 3 Tech SKR Mini E3 V2.0. I had to replace this with the Big 3 Tech SKR E3 non-mini, and I don't remember the version. And I'll get to the reason of that in that video, but that's also one of the things that delayed the project. Another thing I'm doing is I'm trying to repair an LCD monitor that died. That's a stray cat, by the way, not my cat. I don't know what exactly is going on, but my guess is the inverter is dead. And I was probing around to figure out if the inverter is dead or not. It's built into this power supply board here. And that made me realize that this X-Tech is really sick at this point. It's barely functional. It was showing some symptoms for like a year now, but right now it can't even do continuity reliably, and any measurements like resistance, voltage, capacitance, it's not doing the job. It's just spitting out random numbers. So yeah, I have to replace this, and this is my only multimeter, so that's going to delay not only this but any other project that may require a multimeter. I am considering a EV block multimeter as a replacement, but they are also kind of expensive, so I might just buy a uni-t or something like that. But yeah, we'll see. It will definitely be, the order will be placed next month for sure, so yeah, so it will take a while to arrive, even if it's EV block, which means DHL shipping, which means less than a week. But again, I'll have to wait for the next month to place that order. So that's it for this video. I showed you everything that I'm actively working on. Well, I hope. So yeah, that's it for this video. So hope you're excited for the upcoming projects, and hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave me a like down below, and thanks for watching.